basically they were discussing what the fuck was going on, and Ashaba had basically said, "Yes, glory to the Jitska Imperium,"
Yes.
and that's where we left off. Okay.
Mm.
So then the fabric, continuing with the conversation from last time. Indeed, what should we do with those lesser beings out there and your host? I don't believe that that body is enough to sustain you. Ashaba turns, fully picks the sword back up and says, "No, this body cannot sustain me. However, they are still useful. So let us move on and work with them for now. I think they will be good hands for the Imperium. Are you sure they?" And the fabricator saying back, "Are you sure they rate that high? I see potential. Now let's get these mortals there. Let's have them stop shitting themselves, as they say, and I shall relinquish control over this thing, as I can see that there are harmful effects to this body." "Very well, my lord. Hopefully I will hear from the council soon." "Well, now that you are more functional, you should be hearing from us. And please try to finish your own construction. If need be, requisition, and they will be fulfilled. Use my name." And then on that, Cripple, you now have control over yourself again. You're holding onto the sword, and the fabricator's in front of you. What you last kind of remember was the sword saying, "I can help," and then it's kind of like you were in water. So you weren't exactly hearing what was going on, but the sword was talking with the fabricator. What would you like to do?
Are we good now?
Well,
I say to the fabricator.
Well, I would say that we are good. However, when I ask something, please do as I say next time.
I mean, can you understand me, like, not trusting you? Like, we've just met.
What do I care for what the lessers think?
Well, just, like, work with me a little bit, please.
You work for me, not the other way around.
No,
You said please.
you know.
You said please.
Yeah.
Who's polite?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, of course you are polite, as a lesser should to its greater. Now,
I'm just asking.
let me rescue your compatriots before they either die of a heart attack or eat too much cholesterol or whatever it is you mortals die from these days.
Eat too much cholesterol?
Yes.
Eat cholesterol.
Yes.
What?
Just
No, what is
pure
called?
actual cholesterol.
Just pure cholesterol.
Anyway,
The wardens open the door, move out of the way. And by the way, Cripple, you haven't really looked at yourself yet. You are moon now. Like moon color.
In his new image, I tried to tint him blue just a little bit.
Yes.
That's great. Love it.
So, Fabricator comes back and makes a noise that's like... The wardens stop aiming their weapons at you and stand to the side, and goes, "Well, it seems your lives shall be spared,
Yay.
as you do seem to be useful. What is it you would wish to ask me? And please do not ask stupid questions."
So this isn't, Steve-O, this isn't really a question I'm directing at the fabricator, but
Sure.
I want you to remind me what she asked, or what they asked us to bring materials-wise, so I can note it down.
Metals, minerals, souls.
Big rats.
And jewels.
Yes, minerals, jewels, people, creatures.
Big rats.
Yes.
Why do I think it's a woman? Did they clarify how to get said souls, or no?
Ask.
Okay. I have a question. As a mortal, I don't fully understand your request for souls. How can we collect them and present them to you?
Well, do you have an accumulator?
I do not, no.
Well, Acquire yourself one of those, and that's the easiest way to move souls around. It's an accumulator or the accumulator network. If you don't have that, you could drag them here. It's best if their souls have not left their bodies. Otherwise, pulling them through the boneyard and upsetting Phasma is not a smart idea.
I see. I'm assuming, forgive me, that there are more easily portable versions of your accumulator that we could use.
Yes, but I'm not allowed to give away Imperial equipment for free.
Of course not. I was simply asking if such things existed.
Should you and yours prove yourselves to the Empire, I believe I could requisition one for you.
I will note that down in my journal. Thank you.
Now then, anyone else? You, the interesting one, with the not you in the back, dangerous man. Mr. Dwarf. Yes, I believe that's what you're called these days. What do you want?
I just want to use your facilities for crafting and learning a little bit better how to craft things. You see, I have this problem here, which has admittedly brought me a great load of fun, but crafting is really important to me. So I would like to learn from you, sir, if possible.
Are you ascended?
I don't believe so, no, sir.
How old are you?
Fuck me, Steve.
Just your age. How old? What? How long do you think you'll live?
I believe I have another 100 years in me.
So by the time you die, I will have started the beginning of your internship.
Oh, that seems fairly long, laddie.
Yes. If you were ascended, I could simply upload the data into your mind.
I already said, laddie, I don't have a problem with ascending.
Yes, but you have to prove yourself. We don't allow just some randoms off the street to ascend.
Very well.
The Imperium would be overrun with hoodlums.
How do I prove myself, laddie?
Well, if you bring us materials that would, well, for one, have enough material for you to ascend, and two, enough that we can build up a nice supply of these toys here to go forth and have some and wake up the the peasants over in the Osirian province.
Before we go, laddie, would you like me to make you some legs?
By make me some legs, I'm assuming you're talking about these Alcancer legs. He's pointing at one of the clockwork wardens.
Great. No offense to your crafting procedures, but I could make you really, really nice legs. And they come with the phallus, if you know what I mean.
I have no need for a phallus, as there are no females here.
They don't need to be females. Every hole is a goal, my laddie.
You disgust me. Your trial is already off to a bad start.
Don't knock it before you try it.
Yes, that's what the Osirians said, and now look at them.
Well, the Osiris didn't have my craftsmanship.
I think if they did, they would have lost even quicker. Anyways, anyone else? Any other questions? If you truly desire knowledge, I can connect to the data links and pull some unclassified, publicly available data for you.
Then I have another question, laddie, real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Where would we be able to procure these materials as fast as possible?
Well, what sort of materials?
Everything you need for crafting.
Multiple areas. You can't just go to one area for everything. If you're talking souls, I'm sure there are a lot of fleshies out there. Just grab them, bring them here.
I'm assuming that it doesn't matter which souls come to you. We can bring many Osirian souls, and that would suffice.
It would bring me joy.
We will make a best effort.
Good. I do prefer if they are a bit more lively, if you understand my meaning.
Hmm.
Do you care if they have other limbs?
Not particularly.
Wonderful.
However-
This makes it easy.
However, from my own experience, the more they scream, the sweeter it tastes.
I am
Taste.
visibly happy at this.
Yes, taste.
Okay.
Tossie, anything on that?
I'm neutral good. Is torture something I need to worry about?
If it's torture on evil people, does it matter?
You're doing evil acts to evil people.
Well,
Doing bad things to bad people is good.
I'm
Oh my
also
God.
neutral good, but I could just be a witness. I don't have to physically partake. I mean, these people did kidnap my family.
You don't have a family, you're a doll!
I was wished alive through love.
I'm trying to figure out how Tossie would respond to that. I'm assuming you think I need to react some way, Steve. So, what would
I'm asking because you and Sammy are the only really good people.
Well, I mean,
in this
Cripple's
group of
chaotic
shitbags.
good now.
Yeah, but he's also, being completely fucking taken over by a Shava who is aligned to the Imperium.
I'm an
As
eye
long
for
as
an
we
eye
get-
type
we
of
only-
person.
only need to do what needs to be done to bring them here.
I have an idea. Do burned corpses suffice?
If there are enough... Oh, how can I explain this? If you can get the ashes and the bones, grind them together, put them into a sort of binding material, I think you call it a jelly, then yes, that should suffice. It will be not as good, but it's there. You have to understand.
Burned.
Sorry?
Like not properly cremated. I just mean like thrown into a pile and lit on fire.
Again, if you have flesh, that would be better. If they still have some flesh, even if it's slightly charred.
Well done.
Because do you want a small breakdown of the accumulator, how it punches through reality? Okay.
Yeah.
We interrupt the process with Phasma, and rip some of the souls from the mouth of who was it again? I believe it was Nimbaloth or Nerlothop. I do not remember their names. The names of the Empyrean ones are a bit hard and painful to remember. But we do not steal directly from Phasma. We steal from those who steal from her. So, the undead, for example, their souls were still only vaguely connected with the body. We take it, purify it, turn it into bits, slam it through the void, bring it back, slam it through creation, and then bring it back, and now it's purified for our use. And through this process, ascension, immortality, divinity, and he's throwing his hands out.
Okay.
Bless you.
All right. Moving
Is
on.
that an in-character response?
Yes, in character, the fabricator said that to Rebecca here. You just see him turn his head to the right, open a wormhole, and say "bless you," and then close it.
When you say acquire knowledge through a data link that is public information, what is like the extent of that? Basically, I'm trying to figure out if my family is alive, and if they are, where I can find them. I'm not sure if you would have any information on that, though. But they were taken from Osirans.
Did they have the state mandated chip installed?
Yeah.
None of us do.
Well, then how do you expect us to track you?
Fair and valid.
Do you want me to rectify that? I can right now.
That's fine. I'm good. No, thank you.
It has been thousands of years since I've done it, but I trust my hands, and he puts his hands up and they're slightly shaking.
It's okay. It's not that I don't trust your hands. I just not particularly fond of having a data link chip in my head. Got a bunch of
It wouldn't be a
stuffing
data
in
link
here
chip.
already.
You're not ranked high enough for that.
No. Well,
You haven't even entered any of the rates yet. You are simply. It would be as if it would be like a tracking. Oh, do you use magic?
I do.
Oh, roll Arcana real quick.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so he says, "Do you have any understanding of anything that can follow?" He's trying to like explain a tracking spell, and you're kind of understanding. Okay, he's talking about a tracking spell,
Okay.
like divination.
Gotcha.
It's that, except without the hassle.
Well, still, I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. I was just wondering if there's any possible way you could possibly maybe have any information on my family. If not, totally fine. Just thought I'd ask.
I don't understand. I don't think your family. Were your family also constructs?
They were not. They were human mortals. But I know you got like this accumulator, something souls everywhere. Maybe you saw them pass through if they died. You know, I don't know.
Let me go check. He turns around and floats off. Oh, and don't touch anything.
I will not touch anything this time, I promise.
Goes over to the accumulator. Yeah, the doors are open, by the way, and you guys can kind of see him touching some stuff, looking like things are popping up in front of him. He's just nodding his head. Well, do you want the bad news or the worst news?
Bad then worst.
Okay, bad. They're dead.
Okay, all right.
Would you like the worst news?
Is it a death worse than death?
In a sense.
Oh, great. All right.
Well, it turns out that these Osirans are probably dealing in rudimentary death magics, and the soul was thrown out by Phasma. Their souls, of course, were thrown out by Phasma because corrupted, and they were probably consumed by near the outer goddess of death, destruction, and decay. And they're probably screaming in oblivion and absence of all meaning. If you want, I can pull them. But I don't think this manufacturer is really prepared to deal with that level of an incursion.
When you say pull them, does that mean like send a quick hello message, or does that mean like, hey, here's an empty carcass, let's put their soul in it, haha?
Let me put it into fleshy terms so that you can understand.
Yes,
Look at
please.
your friend over there, and he's pointing at Tassi.
Yes.
Did she eat recently?
Sure, yes.
Okay. Now, your family was a piece of that food.
Okay.
To get it out, I can use this, and he pulls his weapon up, which is very spiky, and goes, I can drill into her stomach, and rip pieces out. Will I get the family that little bit of food? Yes, I will also bring everything else with me.
I see.
And your family, just like the food, is not the same as when it went in. It would be decayed, destroyed, probably insane, and would try to eat you or possess you.
Is there any possible way to, send them off to Pathfinder Heaven?
Why would you want to take them to heaven?
I don't know what it's called in Pathfinder word, but, I don't want them screaming in oblivion forever. You know what I mean? Like, in the middle of
there
life and death.
Multiple different, afterlives, and he's talking about shit that's, Cthulhu level. Completely out of the game.
Lovecraft
level shit.
So they're
is what he's talking about.
They're perma trapped forever in a hell. Forever.
No, they're not. They're not permanently trapped. Just, it's better to leave them there.
They're insane. They can't get out because they don't know that they're trapped.
I see.
They're basically lost in madness. Up is down, right is left.
Going forward is blue.
going forward is blue. Breathing is tomato.
So let me just rephrase this
So-
one last time. There's no way to like take all the little mismatched parts of them together and send them off to like a peaceful afterlife.
There is.
I see.
1 second. He stops. It looks like he powers down.
Oh,
What do you guys want to do?
I want to
Is this
figure
off?
out a map to collect the materials that he needs.
Yeah, I think we've got enough information and have the motivation to go ahead and partner up with this person. So I was
Well,
hoping I could ask some questions about Ascension because I want to know, and the chip. I want to know like what the benefits are to me. And my character wants to know the benefits.
I mean,
Because-
I didn't anticipate him
Like,
falling
shit,
unconscious, but
Yeah, I didn't either, but I can wait. Like we can go do stuff and come back if they're going to be asleep for a while.
they're not asleep for. They just look like they're powered down. That's it. But he's still floating.
I wouldn't try anything.
Bingus,
I'm here.
you went up here, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Your guy saw this terminal with the
Yes.
pictures. Did you tell your group?
No, not yet.
Also, you guys. Also, only Bingus has been up here in the fucking central workshop. So
I don't want to tell that in front of the fabricator
okay.
because he might lose his shit and zap us.
how much IRL time should pass for him to wake up in game time?
Okay, you guys just want to wait?
Well, I have a pretty decent idea where the things are because the I could see the network maps there, right?
Somewhat. Let me pull up the goldenrod map. Let me pull you guys over. Okay. For souls, do you see the blue right here?
Yes.
There's
Do war.
yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
There. Anywhere along this road, going that way. Because as you go east, it's closer to Osirian. Sorry.
Yeah, I see it. So there's the border. Is that the red and white dotted line?
That's the border between Maniket or Rahadum and Thuvia, who is a vassal of Osirian.
Okay.
So for souls, this direction, basically east of Rahadum.
Right.
Or you have Maniket, the capital city of Rahadum, and all the little smaller villages just dotted around the desert up here
Hmm.
and around oases.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yeah?
We got some gold rewards from the Pathfinder Society, right?
Yes.
Could we hire mercs to go get us materials, and we go actually after souls ourselves?
Yes.
We could do that.
You don't even need mercs. You can hire normal people and just have mercs as like a caravan defense.
Yeah, but I mean through the Pathfinder Society, through the captain.
That you'd have to see when you get back.
But there is a possibility of hiring people.
Yes. Through them or through whatever other groups you have. Like whoever
Okay.
you have contact with.
Can,
Gazé would know some group.
that's where my vote goes for what we do. You
Okay.
guys can do whatever you want.
For minerals, metals, the mountains. And in particular for the gems. Up here, this thing called Shepherd's Rock.
I don't even see what that is.
Oh, hold on. Wrong color. Or bad color. Let me get rid of
Up
that.
here, where?
What?
No. Fuck.
Right here.
Where? Ah,
What the fuck?
okay. Jesus Christ. Lock the layer.
I did lock the lair. It fucking... Oh, God damn it.
It unlocked itself.
Yes. And then it deleted
the world's
itself.
been destroyed.
Control Z. Control Z.
I have been
Oh,
Control
no.
Z.
Oh,
That's the
no.
problem.
Now the turn order's up.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
God.
trying so hard.
Roll 20.
Let me get the map back up.
What?
What the fuck was that?
Dingle dangle. The dongle.
That was the map, and I'm trying to fucking get it to set. Alright. Instead of that color, I'll go with yellow. Okay. Up here, Shepherd's Rock. You see this?
Yes.
That thing is where a lot of gems and shit can be found. However,
Gems are outrageous.
Huh?
Gems are truly outrageous.
yes. And mountains for metals.
Cool.
So that's that really quick. Just going through that.
I think it'd
pull-
be fun to go on a mountain run and get some metals and gems if we can.
But we could hire people to do
Yeah.
that.
Or we
There's
could go.
That's true.
you can hire people and go. It doesn't really matter. The people who are gonna go to proven areas. They're not gonna go off the beaten path
Gotcha.
unless you pay them a lot of fucking money, because it's fucking dangerous.
Yes.
I have an even more complicated idea now,
What?
but I want to run it by the group.
Okay.
So
Do you want the map still open for this?
No.
Okay.
I have a pretty good idea.
Pull you guys back to the fabricator.
I'm gonna talk as bingos, okay? Is there anyone besides Broman that is good in the group?
That is good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lawful good or something like that?
Tazi,
Tossie and I are neutral good, and
Yeah.
Cripple's converted to chaotic good by the
Cripple-
goddess.
Yeah, Cripple has become good.
The only person that is lawful good is Broman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Broman is not really participating all that much right now, right?
Hold on, Jake. Are you able to like text or something?
Okay, I have a proposition for the group.
Ooh, proposition.
Yes, I have an idea,
Okay.
but we're gonna have to coordinate this very, very well. You remember that we had some ruffians back in Manakat that tried to hurt us?
Yes.
You mean the city ruffians, as it were, or?
Yeah. Jim, you're not listening to this right now, okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
You're not listening to this. Just letting you
I'm
know.
not.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Laris. As much as I am a hard-working dwarf and I like doing my fair share, I also think we can kill two birds with one stone, if you know what I mean. We
Are
could
you? Wait. May I make an assumption?
We could pay those ruffians to go and collect us materials, but get them to deliver the materials.
Yes. Exact. Yes. That's my thoughts
Stop.
exactly.
Stop. We don't have to pay them. They're part of a fringe religious movement now. They'll do whatever I tell them to do.
No, but those are your followers, laddie. I'm talking
No,
about
he's
the
ta-
bad people.
Yeah. Well,
They're all followers now.
I was gonna
Everybody in the
say-
area we were just at is part of that movement or dead.
that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole a small religious civil war that happened. So now anybody that's left that used to be the town guard is a follower of Ashava.
Oh, that's even easier. So we get them to mine stuff, bring it here, and we warn the fabricator that they're coming for to be accumulated. They take the materials, and then they get accumulated, so we kill two birds with one stone, and we just go and get the gems.
And then I don't have to let Bread touch the sword.
Oh yeah, bread. Yeah.
Bread the apostle.
Bread can make both materials.
Bread can get the whole damn township involved. I was already thinking about this. Bread can get everybody to go off and get materials in whatever way, shape, or form they choose. They can come here and deliver them, and if they happen to throw themselves into an accumulator in the process, not my problem.
Maybe we should paint the accumulator as an altar. Should we ask the fabricator that they
Yeah,
have?
all we have to do is paint a moon onto it, and then it's good.
I mean, they literally just walk in here, and the clockwork soldiers bar the doors, and like.
I believe we should communicate this to the fabricator.
He's a little powered down right now, but also, you're betraying your followers, Cole.
Oh.
You made Brett an apostle.
Let's
you
be
named
fair.
him.
Let's be fair. They're not very good at it.
So they should just be thrown into the accumulator?
I said if they throw themselves into it.
It's through manipulation, though. You know.
I'm not manipulating anybody. I'm asking them to perform a task, and if they fuck that task up and kill themselves with an accumulator, then the task is even further performed.
I'm not 100% sure
He's not
Salmon.
telling them-
No, look. All I'm saying to them is, hey, new task, go gather these materials and deliver them here to these people. Well, constructs.
Yeah, but
They do that, and whatever happens after that is not my fault.
yeah, that's just like you trying to take the blood off your hands, but like not really. And like Sammy, the character, may not be so okay with you like leading all of his new Ashavan friends who dance for him, or not for him, but with
No,
him
listen.
to death.
Listen to me. I have no intention of them dying. I want them to perform the tasks. If they go and do a Sammy thing and poke an accumulator and die in the process,
But you could just prevent them by having it delivered to us in Manicat, and then we bring it here.
then we have to carry a bunch of shit.
Can I wake up to the fabricator, Steve?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Fabricator, man.
No response.
Oh, look at that. Osirian's arriving.
Power's on. Goes. Harvest detected. Harvest the peasants. And then a couple of these clockworks start walking outside.
Mr. Fabricator, man. Sir?
Yes. I'm busy dealing with some lessers. Yes.
Where are they? I want.
We have an idea how we can expedite the process of getting most of the stuff you need, while we go and get some of the stuff you need.
Wait. Where? Must have been a false alert. Okay. Where did they go? And then you just hear like a low thrumming, and then the hissing of pistons as these things turn around and come back.
Okay. Is he paying attention now again?
Yes. You did mess with calculations, but I thought there was an alert, so I had to attend to that. Yes.
Okay, sir. We happen to have a way of making the souls walk by themselves into the accumulator while carrying the materials you need.
He floats over to you, looks at you, and goes, "Are you sure you're not Osirian? You're a bit small for them."
I am very
hold
sure.
on. Pause. Intentionally misleading people is not part of the game plan.
I'm not misleading anyone.
You're
So, who's in
intending
his
on misleading my entire cult to come in here and kill themselves.
They're gonna
So-
ascend.
No.
Gee, listen for a second. Ashava's
Anathema.
fuck. Anathema. It would be in effect if you even suggest it.
Yes.
So what he was talking about is just giving them the general instruction to bring the materials here themselves, not...
Real quick, Roman
No.
is saying we can't let you have these people enter this area and potentially die. However, while that is true for a Shava cripple, you're not hearing anything saying anything to the different, like, again, negating that. What Bingus is saying.
What? Rephrase that in English, please.
Your sword is not complaining about what Bingus
I don't
is
care
saying.
if the sword is complaining. I abide naturally by Ashava's anathema and edicts now, like 100%.
Yes.
And you can't just alter a deity's feelings towards something because it's
It's
convenient
not
to the
altered.
storyline.
But I'm not altering
It is altering it if it's saying that
No.
we can 100%. It's okay with an Ashavan
So,
deity
hang
fragment
on.
to have them come in and fucking kill themselves, and we're just telling them,
Oh,
you're just doing a job. It's fine.
What?
So hang on just a second. What Guy is trying to say is Ashava is aligned with these clockwork
It doesn't matter.
constructs. Yes, it does. It does align, though. Because she will not see it as leading souls astray if probably
not-
they're her own
no.
followers, especially if you say it's good for the good of Ashava.
Well,
It's
it's
not
leading-
what's being said at all. It's not leading people astray. It's intentionally misleading somebody, which this is
I am not
intentionally.
I'm
You-
not intending
okay.
to mislead them.
Then you need to rephrase, because when you say, I know a way to get somebody to bring the materials and their soul in the process, like, you have to be clear on how you're going to do that and convince them that this is the best thing they could do is actually kill themselves with an accumulator,
Because
which
they're
still sounds misleading to me.
But they're not. That's the thing. They're gonna ascend. They're not gonna kill themselves. They're gonna be a part of what Ashara believes is correct, which is the Gitsa Empire. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
They're not. They're gonna become a part of something much bigger. They're just gonna lose their flashy bits.
Okay. Jake's saying ascending is false. There no god or afterlife. The fabricator turns to Broman and says, "Do you not see that fellow over there? There's obviously divinity. Therefore, you're wrong. Ascension is true, for one stands in front of you."
Jake is typing.
Typing.
Yeah,
Type,
I'm waiting.
Type.
He says, "It is science. You are made by science, not some magical bearded being in the sky."
Is magic not just such highly advanced science your small brain could not understand it?
You were made by ancient people. You are just a tool to be used by man to accomplish meaningless tasks, is what he says.
To be so ignorant and so young.
That's ignorant. Michael Jackson.
Snaps. To that, he simply says, "You really do not understand anything of the nature of reality. I pity your intellectual pursuits." And then he just turns his back to you.
So, Mr. Fabricator, sir, we were having this little conversation before you suddenly powered off. You know, some unknown threat possible, you said. Any news or updates on whether you can possibly, congregate the mismatched pieces of my family's soul and, send them to a peaceful afterlife somehow, possibly?
Yes, I was calculating the odds of success, and I still require another 100,000 years.
Oh.
Because what you need to do is become an elder being.
I see. There's no, contacting some other other being that's more powerful and like asking them on our behalf?
There is. What you could do is die.
Oh.
Go to Pharasma. Ask her to speak to Yog-Sothoth on your behalf. and then when you die, because she will throw you into the abyss for that.
Oh.
You have to veer off, just a little bit to the left, as I believe some others say, and punch through the sphere to the outer sphere and to the outer edges. Then you have to go to Yog-Sothoth, make sure he stays sleeping, for if you wake him, reality ends. And then manipulate his dream to become him. If you can do all of that, then yes, you have a chance.
Is there any possible way to like start this process without dying? Like maybe like a little seance or something?
You want to do a seance?
I'm not saying I'm gonna. I'm just asking if it's possible.
It is possible.
Oh?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, those cultists that you've been that I ate earlier, they are associated tangentially with something similar.
Oh.
So if you find any more of them, you can keep them alive, start tearing off fingers, and ask them some questions.
Oh, great. Fair and valid. Perfect.
Can
Yes?
I, with, can I try and, regarding this whole conversation about gathering souls and shit like that, can I try to, like, perceive his true intentions behind all of this at all?
Sure. Run perception. From what you can see, he believes what he's saying.
Well,
And
that's good.
Broman,
Not
he's
really
not
what I
paying
meant.
attention to what you're saying. Sorry?
That wasn't really what I meant. I just mean, like him gathering souls and stuff seemingly only benefits him and pretty much nothing else. And if he's just on some power trip and wants to be world dictator numero uno,
He wants to rebuild the Jiska Empire, yeah?
yes, under his own banner, in my mind.
You can ask him.
Politely.
I mean, no, I'm not going to do that because he's just going to feed me some bullshit like he has been.
He hasn't fed you any bullshit.
Yeah, and I don't personally believe that, so. Not in character, I'm just, like, out of character. I think there's something nefarious about this.
You can always ask. Like someone can ask if
I'll just ask real quick. So, you're considering a soul as a material. So, what are these materials of souls? What do they do for you exactly? Like, why do you need them? Are you allowed to tell me?
Yes. The fabricator turns to you, Sammy, and says, "This form requires 0.2 exagrams of polarized soul material. I will simplify it to that, to maintain form and not disappear from this plane."
Oh, I see. This form you're in right now, like your form. Are there any other of your kind around here? Like you specifically, like your form? Are there others of you?
Well, in this manufacturum, no, because this is a very I was only a 20th rate fabricator, so I don't have access to larger manufactories. I can build these toys, but if you wish, I can again access the data links and give you proper information on the chances of I can show you the extent of our great empire.
Oh, I'm just thinking because you think it's 2,000 years in the past, or you thought it was 2 years in the past, and now you realize, we're way in the future now, and this is all that you've produced in the past 2 years, or 2,000 years, excuse me, and you're trying to, you know, bring back the Jitsuka Empire, but you're just one person.
I'm not trying to bring back the Jitsuka Empire. I thought I was because, well, I was not running at full capacity and I'm not fully built. I need to requisition parts. But the Imperium's still running. Who do you think who's behind most of everything in this world?
Oh, I wasn't aware that you affected the world so greatly like that.
Yes. And he points over at Cripple and goes, Ashavo was one of our council.
Oh, for real? Huge.
Yes, what do you think Ascension is?
I thought Ascension was acquiring a form like yours and living forever. And
this form is because of my status.
Mm-hmm.
I was a 20th rate fabricator. That was it. You, and he points to Bingus. Who do you follow?
I don't remember, Steve.
Who's your D&D dude?
I don't remember.
God damn it.
Your mama.
Not on your character sheet?
Let me look. No, it's not. Let me go to Path Builder. Hold on.
All right, we'll pause on that.
Okay.
So what do you think it's going to look like? Could you paint me a picture of what do you think is going to happen once you obtain your quote-unquote true form or completed form?
I leave the material plane, go into a carved out piece of the maelstrom, where I am beyond divinity.
Okay, so is that why we're gathering all these materials to?
No, not for me. For you.
For us.
So what do we stand to? What does the Jitsuka Imperium stand to gain from all of this?
Well, this is where I have to be very careful, because if I go too deep into this, my sanity fields have been keeping you from spontaneously exploding into a spawn. As I explain what happened with your family little construct. But
could I cast Soothe on him for that?
Go ahead.
Well, here, let me just post it real quick. So there's a secondary thing with Soothe other than healing. It says boosting mental defenses. Would that help his mental state to tell us more?
You soothe him, and he goes, "What are you doing?"
Soothing. Do you feel soothed? Your brain, does it feel at ease?
Do you have any idea what the elder beings are?
No. Do you feel better?
Your magic does nothing.
Okay.
There is a reason why Ascension is outside of it's outside of reality, not just the material plane.
Just a kind gesture.
My sanity fields can only go so far. Okay, I will make it, and he's getting kind of animated. I'll make it as simple as I possibly can. The Imperium is the bulwark against unreality.
So knowing that, more what I'm asking is what materially is this providing to the Imperium?
Through work, through construction, through harvesting of souls and building them, we are diverting the path of the River of Souls. The River of Souls, and through it, we're diverting reality itself to shield reality.
Real quick, Steve?
Yes.
Torag.
Okay, hold on. One moment. How do you spell it? Just Torag? Ah, there we go. Gotcha.
Torag.
And, excuse me, just one moment. You, little one, dwarf. Your god is Torag. He would be considered a third rate.
Is it the higher the number, the better, or the lower the number?
The higher the number, the better.
I see.
Now, vessel of Ashava. Our work is paramount for reality itself.
Yep.
We are merely the newest incarnation of a war that has been through cycles. If you truly want answers, you'll have to ask Pharasma as you die. Or you can ask Ashava. She's actually talked to Pharasma and not fallen apart. But I don't think you'll like the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, like... I'm trying to see the benefit of us requisitioning these parts.
I have some questions. I know you're very interested in ascending us fleshies into... what did they call it? Just ascension?
Yes.
And us attaining ascension via your capable hands. What benefits do we see via this ascension here in the mortal plane?
Well, as a mortal, if you decide to stay in the mortal plane, of course, immortality. You never need to eat. You don't feel pain. You have full control of your emotions. You have full control over yourself. Direct uplink with the data links. All the knowledge of the Imperium at your fingertips. All the power of the thousands of years of our development at your fingertips.
Well, as a pursuer of the arts, what artistic history and knowledge would become available to me for my perusal?
More than you can imagine. As a matter of fact, there are... If you do not wish to stay in the mortal plane, you would always be able to observe Elysium.
Forgive my lack of knowledge in this area. Can you describe Elysium to me?
It is the realm, the afterlife in which there is no order, yet there is good. It's not great for me. I don't prefer it, personally.
I care not of whether there is good or evil. I care only that I...
it is the realm of art and free expression, as disgusting as that idea is. He's being deadly fucking serious. In his mind, it's disgusting.
Oh, and forgive my interest in such things, but
Why would I forgive you? You're lesser.
I'm just simply asking for your forgiveness. I suppose it does not matter whether you forgive me or not.
Oh, it's... Yeah, he goes, pats you on the head and goes, at least you're learning.
Well, in such a case, I may be interested in this ascension you speak of. For now, though, I will hold on to this measly mortal form to fulfill your requests for materials and the death of Osirians, of course.
Your group is very interested in the death of Osirians.
Very.
Yes.
But it's a little disturbing for you to want to kill other lessers so well just to please me and the Imperium.
We have our own reasons.
It is simply not to please you and the Imperium. I may have my own selfish reasons for such action.
Your reasons are irrelevant. The only ones that are relevant are ours. And that pleases us. So you're doing it to please us.
I'm glad that we have some level of agreement.
Yes.
Moving on. All right.
But if you do not wish to truly ascend, I can give you some scraps of old technology, coins, whatever your heart desires, as long as you fulfill our requests. Would you prefer some slaves?
Well, maybe not slaves, but you said coin. Coin equals payment to people to gather materials for us.
Oh, I didn't know that you actually got to the point of cities and not being complete barbarians.
Well, I mean, kinda, sorta. It's like cities are run by barbarians, but like, you know.
According to my research from the texts of old, it's a relatively recent accomplishment.
That would make sense after that one ship was shot out of the sky.
Do we have... So, side conversation. Do we have a plan? Does the party have a plan to move forward?
Yeah, we're gonna have my cultist people go off and gather supplies for this dude and bring them here.
So we're gonna go back to Maniket, get them going, and then are we gonna go off and also gather supplies?
I don't know what our personal party plan is.
We could
Are
go
you guys
and I would like to talk in character. And
Okay.
I still have a suggestion that Cole is not gonna like.
Okay,
but
so yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
In character. Lottie, you could send your followers to gather the minerals that he needs and bring them here. However, since it's such a beautiful thing to become one of Ashara and become one of the Gitza Empire, we could ask the fabricator if he could play some music here so they could dance their way into the accumulator.
Nope. We stand to gain a lot more from them going to get materials.
Well, they can make like 5 or 6 trips and then...
And if they come here and the fabricator convinces them that Ascension is right for them, then so be it.
I guess if that makes them happy.
First thing, they're going to go and get materials, so that's less footwork for us to do on our own.
And then bring the materials.
Yes, they will bring the materials here by themselves, so that we don't have to carry all of that weight. And then what they do from there, I'm relatively indifferent to.
Oh,
the fabricator hearing this conversation looks over and says, "Oh, just as an aside, if you do wish to requisition some help, I do have maps of local Jitska outposts."
Huge.
Miss Cole, so you not Cole, Cripple, so you do not mind what they do after they arrive here, right?
As long as they make that decision on their own accord, then
okay.
No.
But as long as they make their decision on their own accord, you don't mind if their decision is slightly swayed.
I mind if they're misled.
They're not
I'm
misled.
Not gonna do that.
Not misleading, no misleading, no lying.
If they're told that Ascension good, and Ascension is actually good, and they decide to ascend, that's for them.
Okay, then I need to talk to Mr. Fabricator, sir.
Ah, yes. What is it now? I do have a lot to get done, and I need
first and
to
foremost,
make a report.
Mr. Fabricator, sir. First and foremost, we would like some of those maps to the Gitza outposts, and
I don't have a matter printer here, so you'll have to make notes on your own. But there is a data link terminal in that room. You saw it, little dwarf. Yes. It's open to access. Anything that's classified will warn you, and then it will do countermeasures. I don't believe you'd survive if you push where you should not.
Okay, I do have a measly request that might expedite our process.
Yes.
Would it be possible for you, in your infinite skill and grace, to...
first and foremost, please get your tongue out of my ass, but continue.
What?
To put some Ashara runes on top of that accumulator.
Some runes?
That's not
of
what
Ashava.
I agreed to.
Why?
Because
he wants to try and manipulate my group of Ashavan followers to come in here and shouldn't walk into an accumulator on their own.
Manipulate Ashavan followers? You're funny.
I'm not trying to manipulate anything. I'm showing them the quickest way for ascension.
That has nothing to do with Ashava.
I mean,
They won't be
Ashava
able
is
to ascend.
pro-Jitska.
Ashava is pro-Jitska, not pro-misleading people, and this is literally misleading people. You're marking something that is not Ashavan by nature as Ashavan to try and convince people unwittingly to walk into it and fucking kill themselves.
Well,
you even just said that they're not going to be able to ascend, so it's just going to rip their soul from their body.
Not at all. They would not ascend to the levels that, for example, do you believe that I am the height of ascension in the Jitska Imperium?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. They would be as a brick in a wall, but the wall would be the greatest wall known to reality.
Yeah, and if they so decide that they want to be a part of that wall, that's on them. But
well, if they ask me, of course I'll say that they should.
Yeah, and you genuinely believe that.
Well, why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
The
problem I have is
the one that you're a host for was part of the council that created that.
Yes, and that's fine. I have no problem with them doing that. I have a problem with marking something clearly not of Ashava as Ashavan to try and manipulate people into doing it.
Well, that's
without
true.
Any
She
knowledge
didn't
of
make
what
it
they're
herself.
doing. So we can tell them, gather materials and come here, and if you want them as part of a brick in the wall, as you say, then that's fine, and you can convince them to do that.
If they ask me, there will be no convincing. I have only ever told truths here.
Exactly.
I am fine.
Gripple. Perception on that, by the way. Okay, yeah. You think he's been telling the full truth this entire time?
Could I run perception in accordance with that?
The only time I ever get bad perception rolls is now when I know
I'm sorry. I don't control the rolls.
He's such a fucking liar.
Could I roll perception? I'm hearing this.
Man.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
He's not saying absolutely everything that he could. Like you get the feeling that
he's withholding
he's telling
evidence.
The truth, but he's not telling everything.
Gotcha.
The question is, does your character care about that enough to let Cripple know?
Well, I'm not sure if I should tell Cripple that he may not be telling us the whole truth in front of him, because then he might just try to convince us that he's not. I mean, or he could get upset.
Yeah, fair enough.
But as neutral good, I also don't want to mislead my new dancing friends to their death.
Can I do something real quick, Steve?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I'm not saying anything out loud in character, but he mentioned the boneyard.
Yes.
May I run boneyard lore to
that would
get
be
more
religion.
information about it?
Religion.
No, it's actually a lore skill.
Oh, do you have lore for boneyard?
I do.
That is so specific and niche and random.
Okay.
So metagaming, it comes from my Duskwalker background.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's useful.
You know what he is talking about in regards to the accumulator and all this is a very gross violation of the natural order of things.
No way. We couldn't tell.
I understand why you were asking me questions earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. So remaining silence is king character for me continuously right now. All right, I have done what I wanted.
Okay. So the fabricator says, "Well, I again need to make a report to the higher rates. They need to know that this manufactory will be up and running again with local help. I hope I don't get demoted. The machines of war shall begin again." And then he starts floating off and goes through this door, and he disappears from you guys' sight.
All right. Are these constructs down here? Are they outside, or did they come back in?
They're inside, but then they move off to their pre-programmed positions.
All right. I'm going to whisper to the group so they hear me, but not any of the people around me.
Okay.
Or like the constructs, right? Like if I whisper, it only works in like a 5-foot radius. Everyone's here. Yes.
Yeah. They also have to run perception, but because it's so far.
You okay, Cole?
We can just probably make the assumption that she passes.
No, I don't have to pass. They have to pass.
Well, I mean, yeah,
They have to
that
pass. They do not.
They don't perceive it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They would have to nat 20 to hear you.
Okay. So I'm going to whisper. Before we make any more plans or discuss anything further, we need to leave.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I also agree. I don't
I
want to be in here
also
anymore.
agree.
All right, let's say our goodbye and step on out.
Well, hang on. Steve-O's got to run his perception.
It's already done.
It's already done? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we need to leave.
Doot.
Okay. You guys are gonna leave. I'll put you back onto the world map. Hopefully this time it doesn't fucking break. Okay. And you guys are up here. You can see the ping.
I got it. I see the map. I don't see where. Okay, there we are. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you press enter. No, that was astral. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's still loading. It's good.
It's still loading.
Okay. Now you guys. Now you're outside. You're far enough away from this. Do you want to say anything before the end?
So
you're talking to me,
Yes.
or just in general? Okay. So I'm going to.
In general, talking to each other, and you go ahead first because you got a pretty big piece of information.
Yeah. So now that we're far enough away, we don't have to be worried about being overheard. We should not be helping them.
I'm going to second that and say I also don't think we should be helping them.
Will ask you to leave, Cripple, and go a distance away to where that you cannot hear me.
Mr. Ashava.
Will you do this?
Are you going to do that?
Using my better IRL judgment, I should.
Do it in character.
What were your character doing?
In character, no.
Bruh.
Then this is a reasoning that will be and can be discussed later.
Okay.
Well,
But
I mean, I would like to hear why we should not help, because it.
You are so. You
I
are. the best
understand the. Well, okay. Here's my fucking question now: is am I actually a vessel for Ashava and not the sword, or is it both, or is it just the sword?
It's
Because
both
it's kind
and
of
the sword.
teetered between all of those. Okay.
It's both and the sword.
So metagaming, you're effed.
Yeah.
As far as like being able to be yourself again.
Cool.
Unless we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
somehow
yeah.
separate the
Yourself.
attachment.
You guys are level 3. That's no.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll
Okay.
fuck
So-
off and leave for a minute.
Are
Roll
you doing
willpower
that?
for that.
Yep, there it is.
Nice.
Yeah. The sword whispers to you and says, "No, let's listen." But you manage to go, "Not right now. I think they're mad at me." And the sword goes, "Okay." And kind of quiets down.
So can we now
Alright, so-
speak freely without him hearing?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes, okay.
this manufacturing bitch,
So-
he ain't telling the whole truth. He's hiding something real suspicious and nefarious, and I don't trust him. I don't want to send my dancing
Correct.
friends to die. Let's not.
Correct. What you have said is correct. One, I don't think a few of you guys have realized that he might have been talking about Ascension as it's available to us, and I'm going to look at Durka as I say this,
Okay.
but that is not what he's offering us. Ascension is not for us lower life forms.
Yup.
To quote his words, he will not give us the time of day, not to mention that this is so for my role earlier, Steve, would it give me would it have given me anything like more specific rather than this is a gross violation of human rights? Or not human rights, nature of stage.
The boneyard is where souls go to be judged by Pharasma. what they're doing is diverting that flow
Mhm.
for their own use.
Okay. So, with that knowledge, I relay that to the group, and they are messing with the natural order of things, and they can't be trusted.
Oh, hell no. First, the Osirans take my family and nay them. Then this guy prevents them from going to like a peaceful afterlife by diverting their soul. This is also evil and messed up. I don't like it.
Well, unfortunately, for the part about your family, I believe he is correct in saying that. Steve, what would I run to make sure to
For
see if I
that,
can verify?
Are you going to start thinking about what was said by the fabricator?
Yes.
Roll willpower right now.
I wonder which one of my deities is gonna try to block me.
Your deities?
I worship a lot of deities. I'm a pantheon.
You think of the name that the fabricator said, which was something like Neralotep, something like that. And
The elder god, right?
One of them. You feel
Yep.
at the back of your mind, the back of your soul, a tearing happening.
Sick.
But you manage to not look back.
Nice.
The rest of you see that Tassi has started twitching, and on her back, her scales are getting darker.
Oh my god. Are you okay, Tassi? Say something.
I'm feeling fine.
You say you're feeling fine. An undertone is, yeah, right.
I soothe. Mental defense go up.
Jagat, aldrig, avskat, nagon.
You're hearing that, but Tassi's lips aren't saying that. You're just hearing that, Sammy.
Okay.
But
I attempt to
because
soothe.
you soothed, the spread has stopped, and it looks like it's kind of consolidating now. Tassi?
Cool, bitch. It wouldn't be the first time I've been possessed by an elder god. Let's go.
You're not being possessed by another god, but yeah, interactions with them is very fun. You feel this happening. Do you want to tell Sammy that? Do you want to tell anyone anything of what's going on?
What's my counter?
Your counter is to stop thinking about it.
Well, so I don't have a condition for it right now?
No, because you passed.
Very good.
If she passed the willpower, then she can just say, I stopped thinking about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah. Moving on. Did I already explain what the bone, was the boneyard directly tied to this?
Yeah, that's the plane of judgment is what I'm going to call it, for lack of a better...
Well, no, the god or goddess who's on that plane is not the elder god that just did it.
No, there's the...
It's separate.
You can call, with the boneyard, because of what Neralotep does, you can call them the hunter.
Okay. So
because of your knowledge of the boneyard.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying this out loud, but I'm thinking it. Moving on. So I explain what the boneyard is again, or just now. Explain that as the natural order of death and death and life. The boneyard is where souls go for judgment, and the Imperium is disrupting that flow and causing probably unknown consequences on our reality.
Basically, it's all messed up and it should not be allowed. Not okay with this.
So, Steve-O, for reference, I'm trying to figure out if my character cares or not, so I'm looking through my deity to kind of figure that out.
For, who was your deity again?
I don't think I have it on my character sheet.
Well, Well, and I did, like, during my speech, I made the emphasis of, if we continue to help them, they will kill us and use us as their lifeblood.
That from the knowledge that you know, probably. Bry, run religion. Are you talking to Bry about this sort of stuff?
Yeah, I close
Like,
my eyes,
Jitka
put
and
my
stuff?
hands together, and I'm thinking very strongly to my deity. Bry, what do you think about all this? I really don't like it. I don't think you would either, but like, I'm hoping you wouldn't like it either. Like, what do you think? Asking opinion. What are your thoughts? How to move forward? Give wisdom and guidance, please. Oh, holy Bry.
1 second. You hear the whine of engines and the clanking of gears, and a voice that says, "As long as they are innovating and do not destroy the world, what do I care?"
Bry's a bit progressive, I see.
I mean,
Bright tuned out.
That is literally
Yeah,
literally their whole thing.
Yeah.
Bry is 100% neutral. So,
Okay, thank you, Bry. And then I stop contacting them, I guess. Well, my bitch is indifferent.
you feel a little like twinge through your head.
My very lovely goddess does not care as long as they're innovating.
You feel a little spark of joy.
I would like to run the same check for my many deities.
They all kind of look at you and go, "Why are you fucking with that?" Like, they're looking at you like a little kid about to touch a burning flame. That's the feeling that you get. The other feeling is, you're out of your element, and don't talk to us about that kind of stuff again, please.
I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. I wasn't clear beforehand. Never mind.
You
Oh.
want to clarify?
You
No, it
can
doesn't
have a
work anymore.
dialogue with your gods.
So, what's the game plan now? Do you want to, like, not mess with them and the manufactory? Just, like, never go back there? Pretend it doesn't exist? Do we want to help them? Or do we want to, like, nay them? Like, be against them? Like, actively?
I'm still down for helping them.
Okay, we got one person to help, and fucking Cripple is 100% gotta help them
Yep.
Kajay is also helping them.
because he wants protection from the mob.
Sammy definitely does not. I'm assuming Tassie doesn't. And maybe even Broman, because he's lawful good?
That one we'll hold off on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 against right now.
Yep.
Wait, is
Correct.
Roman 4?
Broman isn't here to answer.
Oh, okay.
If we were to assume that he was against, then that would be 3, 4, and 3 against, and you would be the tiebreaker, Denton.
Maybe. Here we go.
In character, not as Denton, for the love of God.
I know.
What year are we in game?
I think it's 4710, roughly around there.
So that's like almost 6,000 years after the Jiska Empire actually collapsed. So if I'm understanding the lore correctly, like out of character metagaming, the Jiska Empire is like fucking gone. Like it's been gone since like minus 2700 something.
Yes.
They're largely like the dude we just met would have been in line with their artificers that were infusing demon souls into golems to fight the Osirians. And then the Osirians like basically still overpowered them and destroyed all their shit.
Yes.
So my
with,
reasonable
with the
assumption,
plague.
my reasonable assumption after the Nightfall plague thing, my reasonable assumption is he's gonna try to do that again.
A hero point for Cripple.
I also would like to point out, per the lore, Ashava has nothing to do with Jiska Imperium.
Yes, per the lore.
But you're GM, so you do kind of what you want with that.
I run with the idea that the lore is from the point of view of like historians in the universe. Not like an all-seeing god. So they're able to only see the history that was told or whatever that they could find. Hence why I pulled up the Jitska.
Was there any discussion of Xiphus when we were talking with
I don't remember.
I thought she mentioned.
Who?
Boy, I sure do wish there was a way for me to actually relay everything I just said to everybody.
You could do it
Well,
out
I'll have
like
you-
metagame.
So
I just-
metagame, I'll have you know that I never once brought up your god.
What do you
Yeah,
I never brought her up.
brought
In
up
this
as
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I'm confused.
No,
Sorry.
You had just explained that Ashava wouldn't support this, right?
No, I was saying, like, lore-wise, Ashava has nothing to do with the Jiska Empire.
Yeah,
like
lore-
the Jiska
Correct.
Imperium. Because she's an imperial lord, but this is an imperium.
Yeah.
They're not the
They're
same.
not the same.
Correct.
I didn't bring up your god, Imperial Lord, in this conversation for a reason.
No. He's saying it out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He said out of character. I wish I could convey this to them, and I'm saying out of character metagaming. There's a reason why I didn't mention your goddess.
Yes.
Out of character metagaming, why? I'm not following.
For similar reasons, because as a oracle, I'm a pantheon, right? I know the exact same lore you do about most, if not all, of the gods and deities in my plane of existence.
So what you're trying to say, Audrey, is
metagaming. So the head construct is either lying, or he was fed false information from the Imperium he serves.
He's not
Because-
lying. He's telling half-truths.
He's withholding
because
information.
He wants it to seem not as nefarious as it is.
So yeah, what I'm saying is, I believe you, but I couldn't trust you yourself and the sword, because I needed to verify with the others that they were picking up what I was picking up on before asking you to confront your deity. Because
My own sword
metagaming,
is gonna kill me.
we don't know what happened in that room outside of the construct coming out and leaving with saying
Right.
you are a vessel for her.
Cripple doesn't even know because he was like not himself.
I mean, I don't have any knowledge of the potential cooperation between Ashava and Dickweed McGee in the fucking manufacturer.
yes. All you know is you went in there, your sword was fucked up, he shot you, and then you basically like woke up, the sword is fixed, your skin is fucking changed, and he's him saying, yeah, you're gonna be a good host.
Now,
Yeah, so metagaming, there is a very high chance that you are being possessed by an Ashava impersonator.
I was gonna say
Because what do
this
they
sword-
fuck with? Souls.
It's a
this
possibility.
sword was only a fragment of the kind of everlasting question I'm gonna have now is, even if this is just like normal Ashava fragment, does it actually have any knowledge of like does it have a full knowledge of like Ashava's alignments and what she actually wants, what she does, like what she stands for in relation
or
to
that-
Jiska?
For that, roll arcane.
The sword's corrupted.
That's gonna be a bad roll. Oh, +0. So
It's not a fragment of the deity. it's a connected like tendril of the deity, but you can't
So
really
then
tell anyone because you're not close to
I
them.
could come to a conclusion that I really should not have given this dude my fucking sword
Well, he could have just
Maybe.
died.
because he could have yeah, I'd almost rather die. Because he's fucked up my entire character now. He could have imbued it with some bad juju shit, and now my sword is like
Corrupted.
corrupting an entire demigod figure by extension.
It's possible.
You can just ask a Shava.
Yeah.
Well, I can't ask a Shava.
Why not?
You can ask roll religion. Basically, pray to a Shava. You don't need to hold the sword to do that.
There we go.
Let's go! Huge.
Okay, a Shava. Basically, it's daylight outside. You guys have been in there for a while. Okay.
Yep.
It suddenly becomes moonlight around you. The sword floats away from you, and Ashava says, "What is your question?" The actual god is talking to you right now.
Yeah, okay. So, one, I have a number of questions. Is it okay if I ask multiple?
I can only be here for one. There's too much to do.
Fuck me. Okay, out of character, group consensus, what should I ask?
We can't tell you.
There's a lot of fucking questions.
This is on you, brother.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Okay.
if we metagame about it, it would influence your decision regardless.
What? Okay.
So we can't.
Back in character.
Think about it. Think
What
about it.
is your relation and or goal with that fabricator that we just met?
The fabricator is simply a servant of the Imperium. My Imperium. Our Imperium.
The Jiska?
The moonlight starts fading.
That was the most vague bullshit answer for a perfect religion role I've ever fucking heard.
You asked the question, she answered the question.
So what that answer meant is like she is legitimately associated with at least the effort that fabricator is putting in.
Come back, fucker. Damn it.
You shouldn't cuss out your god that way.
The sun around you gets stronger, and the sword slams into your side, and you hear a voice. You're only a host.
Alright.
Hey, Steve-O, for my own clarification,
Yeah.
we are in the inner sea region
Yes.
of Galarion. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, this is here actually, let me reveal this area so I can. It says Inner Sea.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, where all these cities and stuff kind of came about after the fall of the Jiska Empire. And
Yep.
Thuvia was kind of not really mentioned, but like most of the lore around the Jiska involves Rahadum, where it started, and Osirian, which, to my knowledge, kind of got in the way of their trading and all sorts of shit. And then bad things happened. Osirian released a plague and destroyed whatever was left of the Jiska after they kind of drove themselves into collapse.
Yep.
The Jiska is basically like Mechatech Rome.
More Mechatech fucking Assyria, and they were destroyed by Egypt. Anyways, so there is besides Broman, it was only Denton, yay or nay, to help the Imperium or not.
So, this is
In
tough.
character.
This is tough.
Yeah, it's fucking. Ooh, I want to see where this goes.
Oh man. So, here's the thing. I am a Steve-O. Man, I gotta get used to that. my character does follow Xiphus. I can confirm that.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull
Uh,
up the shit.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's a bit. So lots of nihilistic beliefs that my character has. I don't really care who dies. I just want to make sure that I would care that Xiphus gets a lot of pointless deaths to grow his influence in the.
Okay. Do you want to pray to Xiphus for direction?
You know what? My character is not an extremely religious type, but this particular issue, I think, warrants a quick prayer and an attempt for guidance. So here we go.
You hear a rattly voice, and no offering. He is the god of accidental death.
Right. I mean, I'd say there was plenty of accidental death around the religious war that happened in Manicat. I definitely made an attempt. I threw a guy into a fire.
You hear his voice, and he goes, "Fair enough.
Yay!
What do you want?"
This situation we see with the fabricator of clockwork soldiers.
I've been watching. Seeing the Jitska fuck over for Asma like that is the best. I say help him. As a matter of fact, help him even more. Feed them.
There's an open door. I couldn't find the open door.
Thank you for your guidance.
Can I, since everybody's doing it, can I ask Torag when their scenes are over?
Sure. This is metagaming for other people that aren't familiar with Xiphus in the group. Xiphus is in direct competition with Erasmus.
Who controls the boneyard.
Yes. His goal is to kill her if possible. And have control over the boneyard. Not have control over the boneyard, but encourage as much meaningless death as possible because of let's just say a grudge against.
Okay. He's a fucking asshole is why.
Yeah.
So
okay,
is there no conflict of interest there? Because if he wants to take over the boneyard.
No, he just wants to fuck over Pharasma.
Yeah, he just wants to fuck over Pharasma.
Never mind then. I was gonna say they're trying to circumvent that, but
okay,
it doesn't matter.
And then Bingus, you want to also ask Thorak?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything?
Religion.
Oh no.
That could really turn the tides.
You hear a voice.
Praise for the wrong god.
You hear a voice and it goes, "Oh yeah, laddie, you should fuck them all. Fuck them all." By the way,
personality.
By the way, your this voice, it's coming from right below. Actually, it feels like it's coming from only a couple, a foot or two below your head.
Maybe from your crotch, even.
I have received a religious message that fully supports what we're doing.
Question. What if half of the party does want to assist and half of the party does not? And they're very strongly rooted in their belief or whatever. What happens then? Do we just do half the party? You know what I mean? What goes on?
Fight to the death.
Then a couple of things could happen. You guys could fight, and whoever wins, wins. You guys can come to an agreement. Splitting would be a bitch because
yeah, I'd like for that not to happen.
You guys have one healer.
Well, I soothe and I heal. I have natural medicine.
Yeah. Right now, it would be 3 versus 4. and one of those 4 is a fucking host of a goddess that has already influenced you guys.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming Broman's saying, "No, fuck these people." After he's learned this.
Yes,
I mean,
that
yeah,
would be in character.
We were, like, technically, I guess, influenced by the Ashavan's sword earlier, but, you know, having come to this manufactory and meeting Fabricator and learning of his potential deceitfulness and the whole picture, you know, misdirecting souls, you know, not so much on the helping page now.
Unless it was in your guys's in like the no fuck these people favor. Well, the main problem is I don't want to split the fucking party.
I agree.
So this we can save for next week.
And
then-
one solution to the problem is you could just play along and try to sabotage everything in the end at a key moment.
That is what I was gonna say, but I mean it is 9:40.
Yeah. This would be later in the campaign, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
So-
also destroy my sword.
No!
Yes. Yes, actually, you guys could destroy his sword. Good luck, but if you manage, it would actually work.
If you guys decide to do that, warn me. I want to be in a different continent.
Okay,
Catch you guys
Hey.
later.
Okay.
laters.
Bye.